this is Culture Journey. Today I am going to be sharing with you my first trip to Mexico. I hope that one day I'll have stories from all around the world to be able to share with y'all, but today this is the story that I have for y'all. So I hope you enjoy and, learn from my experiences. Okay, so the first time I went to Mexico was 2 years ago last May, and it was for another missions trip. And y'all, I was so excited, but at the time I had been learning French, and so my French was like much better than my Spanish. But when I learned we were going to Mexico, I started practicing Spanish on like Duolingo and stuff. Like, y'all, it wasn't a lot, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn some Spanish before we go to Mexico. And so, I tried. We'll keep that in mind. So y'all know how much I just love Mexico, but it is true, like there are some bad things in Mexico, and so like there are some cartels, and like we're like trying to be wary and cautious of them, but like not afraid, because God's gonna protect us. But anyway, like they tell me that like the people from the cartels are like always watching you, like, or just like everybody's just always watching you. And like that's the first thing like I think of as we're like crossing the border. It's just like they're always watching you. Okay, so that like frightened me just a tiny bit, but yeah, I wasn't that scared. It was just like they're always watching me. But yeah, then I like saw a guy on the corner of the street is like watching us. Like, yeah, they might be right, but that was an interesting little first experience there. But honestly, like as soon as we like crossed the border and stuff, like things did like transform. Like even like their plants seem different somehow and stuff. And like honestly, the buildings are just so colorful. And y'all, Mexico is very dusty. That's one thing to remember, y'all. So when I finally got back, I like didn't want to wash the Mexico dust off my shoes, and I didn't for like a year probably, because I just loved it so much. But yes, dusty, but I was just like so excited when I first got there. It was amazing. Okay, so like one thing, like Mexico obviously isn't as like rich as America, and like a lot of the houses like just they aren't as nice and they aren't built the same way, but it works. And like what you do is like you fence in your like property and stuff, which is a little bit different than here, but like it's what Mexico doesn't have in like wealth, they make up for in love, y'all. Like it's wonderful. Like who needs a big fancy house when you have family? And so yeah, I don't know, not everybody has like air conditioning and stuff, but they survive. They're strong. And I think it's just so cool to like experience like a different way of life, because I'm used to like certain things, and it was so cool seeing like completely different things. Like one church we went to, there were just like holes in the wall that like lifted up, and they were like windows, and they had a lot of fans, and it was really hot, but you know what? It's okay. And y'all, another thing that blew my mind was you see in Mexico you do not flush toilet paper. I hear that's kind of like a whole international thing, like when you go to another country, don't flush the toilet paper. Well, in America you can flush toilet paper. And so yeah, when little me was like, what? I don't understand. But yeah, I survived. I was just a little surprised. Now it's normal. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't flush the toilet paper. So they always have little trashes, and you just like throw it away. You wad it up, you wrap it up, put it in the trash. It's all good. But yeah, that was definitely a cool thing. If you didn't know that, be prepared when you travel. Don't expect to be able to flush your toilet paper, because you see, like, I think their plumbing systems aren't quite as strong, or they don't want to wear them out as much, so it's easier to do that. It doesn't get clogged as much that way and stuff. So it's kind of smart, you know. It's different and it's cool and it's good to learn. Okay, y'all. My next thing is the people were so nice. I don't know if like just like all Mexican people are nice, or just like where I went and like the churches and stuff were nice. But yes, like honestly, you could just like smile and people would smile back. Because one time, so me and my mom signed a song for a few of the churches, and like the music was taking a while to load, and it was just like I was standing up there awkwardly, but I just like smiled and a whole bunch of people just smiled back, and it was like, this is so nice. So yeah, they're friendly. And another thing that I was like, what? It was really cool though, was like when they leave church, they like say, they shake her hand, like everybody goes around like shaking hands and saying, Dios le bendiga, God bless you and stuff. And it's just like really nice. It's friendly. Like, yeah, they just like, I would just stand there and a whole bunch of people would walk by and shake my hand. And at the time, I didn't know what they were saying, like how to say it back. So I just stood there and smiled and shook everyone's hand. But yeah, it was funny. Y'all, we have got to the fun segment of Kenzie's mistranslations. So, y'all, at the time, like I said, like my Spanish was like un poco. Like, it was bad. Like, I thought, you know, I know like a little Spanish now, but that back then I knew like barely any, but I thought I knew some. But yeah, I get there and I don't know how to talk to a lot of people. I try, like I understood a little, like just a little. But yeah, no, not nearly where I wish I could have. Like, not nearly being able to make the connections with people as I wish I could, but like, it worked. But just like, there was so much I was missing, and I wanted that. So like, the pastor's wife, she would always like tell me, like, I'm pretty, and I would just say thank you and stuff. It was like, I don't know, she told me that a few times, but it was just like, I understood that, thank you, like, yeah. And then when I was helping with the kids, like I tried to talk to them, but see, like, y'all, my grammar was like broken and stuff, and those little kids did not understand what I was trying to say. I'm like trying to ask them if they like something, but I'm really saying, do I like it or something? And it was just like, but then I like remember the word for turtle and I finally get it. But those kids were like so patient with me. I kept saying things wrong and they'd just be like, what? But honestly, I did have like a pretty like a good understanding in some cases, like y'all, not everything. But like sometimes like I understood what they were saying even though I didn't know what they were saying. Like, I don't know if it was like body language or like, y'all, I'm really just gifted in languages and like people, or like it's a supernatural gift from God. But like sometimes like we were trying to communicate, and like I'd understand their point and stuff. So, you know, it worked. Y'all, I made some friends. And yes, are we ready for the really, wait, there's one funny, and then yeah. So I was talking to this one like teenage girl, and we were like trying to like get to know each other, and she asked me how old I was. And y'all, so since my Spanish wasn't very good, I had been like asking the like children's pastors for help and stuff, like how do I say this word, because they've done children's ministry in Mexico before. And so the lady, she tells me to say 30 because I wanted to say 13. But when I say that, the girl looks at me like I'm crazy. It's like, oops, that's 30. Yeah, so, yeah, 13 I think would be correct, not 30. But you know, we tried. We did our best to communicate, but yeah. And you know, good old Google Translate came in handy sometimes. Okay, so now we're ready for the grand, hilarious mistranslation, Kenzie, you're crazy moment. Okay, so on like the last day, our translator guy, he comes up to me and he's like, oh, the pastor's son wants to practice his English with you. I'm like, okay. And so we like sit down, and you know, it turns out he's like too shy to really talk, and y'all, we were both like struggling, so most of the time we were just like typing things in on our phones to Google Translate. But y'all, we had a conversation, we talked, it was fun. But yeah, I tried to like express myself, but yeah, at the time, you know, my Spanish was not good, so I was like, okay, yeah, let's, yeah, it was funny though, just looking at that. But then, you know, we started talking about like music and stuff, and y'all, I'm trying to say, do you play instruments like we do? But like, it was not working somehow. Like, I tried to fix one thing, but it didn't work, and he looked at it, and he was so confused. It was like, what? And so he like literally takes my phone to the translator, and the translator's like, what? Like, I don't understand. And so I'm like, oh no, like I don't know what to do. And so my mom comes over and she looks at it and she's like, oh, you misspelled instruments. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So we fix it, and then we show them the phone, and the translator's like, oh, they like understand now. And then the translator tells me, he's like, oh, you asked if we played dead bodies. And I'm like, what? So yes, that was quite the mistranslation story. But that's a good reminder to spell. Spelling is important. Okay, y'all. But yeah, that was hilarious. But then we started talking again, but it was like, y'all, amazing mistranslation story. That was hilarious. I'm never gonna forget that. But you know, y'all, we all make mistakes. We all accidentally say crazy things sometimes. But you know, we try. That's what's important. And y'all, if you have any crazy mistranslation stories, y'all put them down in the comments and share them with me, because those are so much fun after the fact. At the time, sometimes it's really like embarrassing or silly, but you know, just laugh. Remember, just enjoy it. It's okay. But yeah, that was really fun. Y'all, the trip went by just so fast, but it was so fun, and I met so many amazing people. It was an amazing experience. If y'all ever get the chance to like go visit Mexico, like 100% you should totally do it, because it's awesome. And yes, I was so sad when I left that time, because it was just like, I cried. I was sad, but you know, I'll go back to Mexico, you know. And y'all, when I came home, you know what I did? I studied Spanish hard, because I was like, you know, I want to learn Spanish now. Like, before I wasn't really motivated, but after that, it's like, after my not being able to like talk to people and stuff, it's like, y'all, I have to learn Spanish. I really want to, like, to be able to talk to my friends next time I go. Like, y'all, I have to. I'm so excited. So yeah, I like dove into it that summer and stuff. And you know, I ebbed and flowed, but y'all, I was just like so excited to go back to Mexico. And I actually didn't get to go till 2 years later, y'all. That was torture waiting that long. But I survived, and you know, I had another great trip to Mexico, and hopefully many more. Y'all, I just enjoyed sharing about that trip so much, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video and like learned something. If you ever go to Mexico, you feel more prepared, you feel like you've experienced the world. Y'all, I just took you to Mexico right now. You're welcome. So yeah, if you like enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and you know, make sure that you're subscribed, because I have some awesome videos that are gonna come soon, and y'all do not want to miss them. Okay, so thanks for joining me on this trip to Mexico, and I will see you in this video right here. Y'all, I totally did it wrong. It's right here, isn't it? Okay, bye. Dios le bendiga.